And I think we will. If you're new here, sometimes it does this at the beginning and then it like fully connects. It's so weird. So stick with me. I've got a really good deal for you and hopefully this stays connected. But good morning. How was your guys' weekend? Pair 99 is back. So basically that is where you get to pick 2 tools for $99. And so I linked it up above for you and I'll link it down below. This is a really exclusive sale. I've only ever seen them do one other time, and it's just select tools, and it's only at the link above or below. It's the same link, so you can just shop from there. But there is some really good ones, you guys. So there is the Laduo, the Latrident. Yeah, I think that's how you say that. There's a blow dryer, the multi-series tool, the La Volume. There's a straightener on there, I think it's called Soleil, and then there's also a flat iron. So there's a huge mix to pick from, but you pick any 2 tools of your choice for $99. Most of the tools on that list are over $99 just by themselves with their regular price, so it's a really, really good deal. Good morning, Mom. Hey, Amy, thanks for sharing. I have this Thermologique that is like empty, and then I have this one, but I think this one might finally be all the way empty. You guys know me, I'm trying to use everything up. But anyways, we're going to use the Laduo today. So if you've never seen this, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. It's actually really easy. And then we're going to talk about this 2 for $99 sale, what I would probably get if I was you. And yeah, you can go shop it and check it out. I will say last time they did this, just FYI, like, it is really select tools, and then a lot of times the most popular tools will sell out like a lot faster. So then they're just like slowly taking tools off, and there'll just be less options to choose from. So definitely go on there, grab some tools. This is really good too if you need like a gift for someone or something like that. So like you could grab one for yourself, grab one for a gift. Oh, and I think you can also get 2 of the same tool as well. So say if you were doing like the gift thing, like you were getting yourself something and then, I don't know, you need a birthday gift or going to college gift or whatever the case may be, you could just get 2 of the same one. I always try to use every drop. Me too, Amy. Everything I use, I try to use it completely 100% up. I use it until it gets to the point where I'm like, okay, I actually can't use this anymore because it full on like won't come out or it's not working or whatever. I'm the same way with like makeup, toothpaste, everything. And it does get kind of crazy with the makeup because you know how mascara for a while there you can like use it and it's just not as good, but you kind of forget like how good it is. So it's funny when I like am using a mascara up and then I finally just, bite the bullet and get a new one. I'm like using it again and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot why I love this mascara so much because it's actually amazing because I've been scraping the bottom of a tube for so long. So okay, let's jump into this tutorial. I prepped my hair with Thermal Magique. This is a heat protectant and a humidity tamer, so always use a heat protectant. It doesn't matter what kind of hot tool you're using or anything else, you should use a heat protectant. This actually coats your hair, and then what it does is instead of the tool burning your hair strand, it just burns the heat protectant. So that's how a heat protectant works. It coats and protects the strand from heat so that you don't get damage. I also like this one because I feel like it does give you a little hold, and then if you are somewhere that's humid or kind of like, anything like that, it helps kind of protect your style from the inside out. Almost like if you think of priming your face for makeup, this is kind of like priming your hair for style. So I love it. But yeah, good morning, Desiree. So if you don't have a good heat protectant, definitely Thermal Magique is a good one. Rival's also really good. And we're going to turn this tool on. So when you plug the Laduo in, oh my gosh, cat hair, gross. It's going to be flashing up and down. It's not on. Hold down on this power button and then see how it's only lit up on one number now. You're going to tap up to whatever temperature you want. I think I'm going to go to 360 today, but it is an adjustable heat setting, so you can totally play around with that, see what works best for your hair type and just what makes you get the best style, you know what I mean? I typically go anywhere from 320, 360, right in that range, but but it goes all the way up to 430 and then as low as 280. So you've definitely got some wiggle room there. Oh, the Lay Pirouette is also in the 2 for $99 sale. So if you wanted like a traditional curling iron, that one's self-rotating, but you can totally use it like a traditional too, rolling up the hair. And like something kind of new and fun, you could get a Le Duo and a Lay Pirouette, or whatever. But okay, here's what I would probably get if I was getting Pair 99 and I didn't have like any launch stuff or nothing, and I just was getting started with it. I think I would for sure get the Le Duo. It's like one of the OG, what Launge is known for kind of hair tools, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna walk you through what I'm doing here after we're done talking about the sale. But anyways, it's just been around forever. It has over 50 or 60,000 5-star reviews. It's kind of like one of the most viral tools they've had. And I feel like if that many people love something, like that can't be wrong. You know what I mean? So I would get the Le Duo. It's like one of those tools that's kind of like a Launge staple. And then it would depend what I wanted. Good morning, Robin. How are you? So if I had like curly hair, I would maybe get like the Le Duo and actually I would do this anyway. So if I wanted to have like a hair tool for the days that I wash my hair and then be able to curl my hair on other days, you guys know I usually curl my hair on wash days, but just like saying hypothetically, I would get the Le Duo and then I would get either the Le Volume or the multi-series tool. So those are blowout brushes. You can blow out your hair. They style and dry in one, and they'll give you just like some really soft, pretty sleek hair after you blow dry, or after you wash it, and just really pretty shape and all of that. So I'd probably get either one of those. I don't really have a major preference. I use both, and like I love that with the multi-series tool you can change out the ends, like if I want to use maybe the smaller one or something, but it definitely wouldn't be like I wouldn't use the Le Volume. I still use the Le Volume all the time, you know what I mean? So I'd either get the Le Duo and the multi-series tool or the Le Duo and the Le Volume. Another option that I think would be really fun would be the Le Trident. So if you wanted something where you could do beach waves but also curl your hair, I would get either the Le Trident and the Le Duo, or if you are a traditional curling iron kind of gal only, I would do the Le Trident and the Lay Pirouette. Another option, say if I like didn't have straight hair and I wanted something that I could straighten my hair with, I would either get the Soleil, no, that's the blow dryer. It's a straightening brush. You'll see it on there. I'm having a brain fart. Anyways, I would get that, and then the Lay Pirouette or the Le Duo or the Le Trident, and then you'd have like a straightening tool and a curling tool, which I think would be really fun. But yeah, if it was just up to me, I would get definitely the Le Duo and then I'd get something else. So like if it was only me, I would either pick the Le Duo and the Le Volume, or I would do the Le Duo and the Le Trident, because you guys know I just really love like beach waves. And I feel like if you get the Le Trident, it's such like a unique tool and just like such a unique wave pattern, you know what I mean? That you can really pair that with anything. There's also a flat iron on there as well. So if you do need a good flat iron, that would be an option. But if you have the Le Duo, it can really straighten, curl, do any of that stuff because it's 2 flat titanium plates. So you can really just squeeze this down because they're floating. So you can really adjust the pressure there as well. And they're titanium. It goes all the way up to 430. So you could really straighten your hair with this. It's a great travel tool. So yeah, I don't know if I'd get a straightener with it, but you totally could if you wanted just like those 2 different things. Anyways, here's how I like to use this. So take a section of hair. This is the same as all tools in that the smaller the sections you do, the more definition you'll have. The looser the sections. Oh my gosh, good morning guys. I didn't even see more comments come through. Hi Jerry. Thank you Stacy. So anyways, you're going to open the clamp. It has a built-in clamp. Clamp in your hair a couple inches from the root, and I'm going to show you why, because you're going to clamp, and then you're going to roll up the hair, and then all you're going to do is just slowly glide through that hair once it is covering both sides of the tool. So I'm going to show you again. This works on all hair types, all hair lengths. It's an amazing tool. Like I said, it has 50 or 60,000 5-star reviews for a reason. So if you are trying on for the first time, I would definitely get this and then something else with it. Okay, again, we're clamping a couple inches from the root. And then we're going to roll up the hair so that our hair is covering both sides of the Laduo. And then we're just going to slowly and consistently glide through the hair. And then the curl is going to pop out. You might notice these little studded cooling vents. Or I don't know if you can hear the fan or not. It's pretty quiet, but it's not a drying fan. It's actually a cooling fan. So as you are styling your hair and as you're curling it, the fan is setting those curls into place, which is going to give you better hold, longer lasting results, and just way better curls. This is how naturally straight my hair is. I actually washed it last night, which usually I don't do that. I usually prefer to do it in the morning. But anyways, that's besides the point. This is how naturally straight my hair is. Like, that's just when I wake up, it's that straight. And it's very fine. So for the longest time, I just thought I couldn't curl my hair. And I have to say, once you do get, like, good tools and you kind of just play around with them, you're going to be like, wait, I actually can curl my hair. And so, considering it curls my hair, I have no doubt it will curl any hair type whatsoever. Again, we just spin that full circle, and you're just going to slowly glide through the hair. For me, I honestly find this easier to use than, like, a curling iron. Especially once, you know, I've been using this tool for a few years now, but I can do it, like, with one hand, and it's just that easy and that much quicker for me. And I feel like most people, once they kind of get used to it, feel that way. You can go either towards your face, away from your face. It doesn't really matter. It has the swivel cord, so if you alternate directions of your curls, you will typically see a little bit more of that, like, body and movement. Or if you want those curls that kind of swishy together, do them all the same direction and then brush them out at the end. But look at these curls, you guys. And, like, this is someone that has, like, the straightest hair on planet Earth. That's crazy. Alright, a little pro tip, if you stink at curling your hair like me, or like I always used to anyways, I clip all the back in one clip, and then I take down one curl at a time, and I clip the rest. So if you always miss pieces in the back, that's what I do, just because I find it's way easier. Again, we're going to spin that full circle. Oh, one thing, I do want to show you guys this, sorry. You don't want to put your hair in the clamp, so always put your hair in the middle of the tool, like kind of around this area, because if you put it all the way at the end, your hair can just fall out. And then if you put it down here, you don't want your hair getting stuck in that clamp. So always try to keep it kind of around the middle of the tool. You can also do a lot of unique curling with this. So I'm doing more of a true curl today, but I'll show you when we get back on the sides. If you prefer a flat iron curl, because it does have, what am I doing here? Because it does have those flat plates, you can easily straighten your hair with it, do more of a flat iron shaped curl. It's just super, super versatile, and I love that. But I'll show you on the sides here kind of what I would do for a flat iron curl, or more of the look of that. And if you want to save this tutorial, you can share it out, you can message it to yourself, whatever. Then that way when your order comes in, you can come back and kind of get like a refresher in case you need it. And you'll also be able to message me if you have any questions, or, you know, drop them below or whatever. I always feel like I watch a tutorial and I think like, okay, I can totally do that. But if I have to like order something to go with it, a lot of times by the time whatever I needed comes in, I kind of like don't remember it, you know what I mean? So I'll be like, okay, I remember it was easy, but now it's not working, you know what I mean? So I feel like sometimes just having a little refresher helps. But again, it's just clamp, spin so your hair is covering both sides, and then slowly glide through the hair. You can go sideways and down, you can go up and out. It doesn't matter. I've done it always. Good morning, Kimberly. How are you? Alright. Just don't forget your heat protection, guys. That's the one thing I will say. The 2 for $99 sale is just tools. But I would grab a heat protectant for sure. And then if you do need anything else, you know, Launch has really good dry shampoo. They have a really good texture spray that I love. But don't skip your heat protectant, okay? That is one thing we absolutely do not want to miss. Alright, I also wanted to show you guys a more flat iron type curl. So we'll do that too. On the other side. Clamp. Spin a full circle so my hair is on both sides of the tool. And then you're just going to glide through. And it's really that easy. It is nice too, since this is a titanium plate, it's going to make your hair super shiny, super sleek. So if you have split ends or frizz or anything like that, it's kind of like all in one. It's going to curl your hair and smooth all of that, which I love. Because I don't want to like go through, straighten my hair, and then curl it. You know what I mean? Like that would take twice as long, be twice as much heat on the hair. Like I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So this is kind of like going to get all of that in one. Okay, so if you want the more flat iron look, what you're going to do is you're going to clamp, and you're only going to spin a half a turn, or you can still do a full turn, but you're going to open the clamp when you get to the ends instead of curling it, and then if you do a frizz or split ends, you can go through and straighten it, and see how that just kind of gives you like that fun little bend in the hair, and then once you went and straightened it out, it kind of looks like that. So it's a fun little shape that I actually really like. It's just a little more casual looking, and yeah. I just cut my hair into a bob, like face frame, 5+ inches cut off. Oh my gosh, do you love it, Kimberly? My hair tends to frizz or fluff at the root. I like this tool because I can straighten down the root, then curl. Oh, totally, Jerry. Alright, again, we're going to clamp a couple inches down, spin that full circle, and just glide through. It has far infrared and negative ion technology. It's just such a great tool, you guys. I feel like I'm like hyping it up a little bit too much, but I just know like I still meet people that don't have the Laduo, and I'm like, how do you not have this tool? Like if I know you, how do you not have this tool? Like it is crazy to me. And like I said, it's just a Launch staple. So for me, with the 2 for $99 deal, it's like, if you don't have the Laduo, you just kind of have to get that, because you don't really know what Launch is all about until you get the Laduo. And then I would just kind of, it would depend on the day what I would get for my second tool, but it would either be the La Volume, the Multi-Series, or probably the La Trident, because I just think that is so fun. But if I was going for just practical, like I was thinking about like getting ready for work and things like that, I'd probably get the Laduo and the La Volume. Because the La Volume is quick and easy as well, and you can do your hair like so fast, it looks so good. And yeah, it's like a 2 for 1, so instead of having to style and dry, you can do them both. So yeah, and I love like multi-use tools, like the Laduo. You can totally use it as a straightener. You can do, like I said, the more flat iron, like casual curls. You can do these really pretty, like, true curls. I mean, you can just really change it up a ton. Bring back your old ones, Angela. The La Gloss. I don't even remember that. What was it? A flat iron, it sounds like? I just used my Laduo this morning for curls. Oh my gosh, me and you are twinning, Kenya. Oh good. Kimberly, I'm glad you love it. Every time I've cut my hair, I love it at first, and then I end up hating it, but yet I've still done it so many times. I'm like, how? I've been doing this, cutting my hair, and starting to hate it since I was like, I don't know, in elementary school, and somehow I'm still making the mistake as an adult. It's like, how? How do I do that? I love other people in short hair, and actually I do love my hair when it's first cut. It's when it's in the in-between like it is right now, like these kind of like mid-length or just like trying to grow your hair out, that I do not like it, but good tools help, at least. That was the wide flat iron. Oh, yep, I never had that one. Those two are my favorites, both great for travel when you can only get to choose one. Totally, Jerry. But yeah, I would either get, if it was brand new to launch, I'd get the Le Duo and probably the Le Volume. It also has a ton of 5-star reviews. It's such a great tool. Like, just a classic, you know what I mean? Has the flies gotten really bad for anyone else or just us? We're going to the lake soon, and I'm honestly, like, kind of scared because a couple years ago, we went to the lake, and the flies were, like, they looked like house flies, like they were just little black flies, but they were little biters, and they were so bad. It was like you would go outside, and within seconds, like, 20 of them are just landing on you, and they would just, like, swarm you, you know what I mean? So I just noticed this week the flies are getting worse at our house, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope the lake isn't like that again. How pretty are these, you guys? I feel like they're just like the best curls. But go check it out, because there could be something I'm forgetting too, but I love that they have like the variety on the tools that you can pick. In the front, I don't like to do like super curly, so I'll kind of like straighten and twist. So that it pulls out better. But anyways, they have blow drying tools, they have straighteners, they have a waver, and curling tools. So they have a little mix of everything, which is perfect. So that way you can get what you want, or like I said, another really good idea is if you need a good gift for someone, like you want to get someone like an actual nice gift that they're gonna like, not just some cheap, you know, piece of crap. This is perfect for that, because $45 a tool, you really cannot beat it. Flies are the worst at the lake. Oh my gosh, I know. That's the only thing I'm like, I mean, I know there's gonna be bugs. Like, it's not like I'm, you know, expecting there not to be, but that one year, oh my gosh, it was like, you couldn't even hardly be outside, you know what I mean? Like, it was just that miserable that it just basically ruined the trip, to be honest, because every time you try to go out and actually enjoy the lake, you were, like, being attacked the whole time, and so you're like, let's just get out of here, you know what I mean? So I'm like, gosh, I just hope it's not like that again. We went to a ranch this weekend that was hit with the Mormon crickets. Ugh, awful. What are Mormon crickets? Is that like a Jerusalem cricket? Or like a earth baby? That's what we call them here. I'm getting that one when we move into a new house. Yay, you're gonna love it. I don't know what that is, Shauna. Okay, a little tip since we're still doing our hair. If you want a little extra volume on the top layer, instead of just going down or out, like depending on which way is more comfortable for you to hold this, go up, and that'll just kind of help lift the hair off the root, but it's still going to curl because you've just got it wrapped around the tool. What's going on here? Wrapped around the tool, and you can glide it really any direction and it's still going to curl. See? But it'll help kind of lift off the head a little bit, or off the scalp. Alright, we're going to turn this off. It warms up super fast. Again, I love that. It's like a 10-minute tool. And another thing I love is it doesn't have a ton of exposed heat. So this is still a hot tool. I am not saying you cannot burn yourself or you won't be able to, but it's not as likely as, say, like you're using a wand or something that has just a lot of like heat out. So this, you have to open the clamp to really get to the heat. And you can really put your hand, like, all around this. Like, it gets warm, but it's really not, like, hot. So, obviously, still be cautious. Like, you know, treat it as what it is, which is a hot tool. But it is very user-friendly in that way. Giant grasshoppers, but red. They can't fly and are cannibals. They travel in millions. Oh, so they're basically, like, locusts or whatever that's called. I don't think we have that here. We probably do. I'm probably just a dummy. I mean, we have grasshoppers, for sure. We can't get away from those. Alright, girls. How pretty is this? I love the shine, but this obviously looks very, very unfinished. So I'm going to kind of start fingering through. First, I'm going to put a little bit of marula oil on my hands, if I can find it. Okay, let's just use the Oil Serum Hybrid Styler. I have that one right on top. I have quite the mess going on my desk. Oh my gosh, I just shot that out onto my desk because silly me. 1, 2. I have super fine hair, you guys. This is a water-based oil. It will not weigh your hair down. It adds shine, puts hydration back in the hair, and it also helps with hold and volume. But anyways, I was going to say, I have, like, quite the mess and, like, disorganization going on in here. We have just been, I'm sure, like all of you guys, so busy this summer. And, not that that's an excuse. Like, I could obviously take the time and put everything away and keep it organized, but I haven't been. I've been kind of like getting behind on stuff like this, so my desk is just a disaster. But I love them both. I love the marula oil and I love the Oil Serum Hybrid Styler. If you're someone that doesn't really like to put product in your hair or your hair gets weighed down super easily, the Oil Serum Hybrid Styler is great because it's a little mix of both. And you can definitely still, like, brush through your hair the next day. If you hate the feeling of, like, hairspray in your hair, anything like that, you can totally still brush through the next day. And like I said, it does still have some hold properties. And then it has the argan, baobab, jojoba, and meadow foam seed oil. So volume, shine, and light hold. Obviously, if you want, like, super hold, you're going to have to use a hairspray. But, yeah. Okay, so one last thing I'm going to do is a little bit of dry shampoo. Just for, like, a little extra volume and, like, you know, that kind of stuff. A little extra volume and texture. I don't feel like my hair is greasy at all. I washed it last night, so it's basically the same as if I had washed it this morning. But I feel like dry shampoo, especially Style Revival, it's a super dry shampoo, is a great way to add a little texture, a little volume. And then it can also help prevent oil. So if you do have the kind of hair that, like, just gets super greasy, like it seems like no matter what you do, your hair's greasy. I have friends like that where it's like my hair gets greasy, don't get me wrong, but they're like, no, it's literally like the same day their hair's greasy, you know what I mean, by the end of the day. This can help prevent that, and so can Stardust is a really good one too, if you have that problem. This is a super dry shampoo, so it's going to give more texture, you know what I mean? If you want your hair to stay softer and you just really want to, like, prevent oil, I would get Stardust. But if you want, like, volume and texture, I would get Style Revival or Deja Vu. So, yeah, hopefully I didn't make that confusing. Do you know the best straightener from Launch? Probably the Le Titane in the 1.25 inch because it's ginormous. Hello, could you help me? No. I cannot. Ting. I was wondering what to do with that hybrid styling oil. Now I know. Yes, and actually it's super, super versatile, Roberta. So you can use it on, like, wet hair, dry hair, before styling, after styling, really anytime. So you could even put it in, like, on your wet hair before you blow dry. You could do like I did and scrunch it in after you curl your hair. Definitely a very, like, versatile, multi-use product that I love. Highly recommend. Go on the website, or when you guys go on the website, check to see if the Oil Serum Hybrid Styler is on sale, or if there's a code, it'll list underneath it. And if it is, grab at least one. They last me so long, so if it's, like, a really good sale, I would say grab 2. I couldn't even tell you how long I've had this one, and those of you that tune into my videos know I love this product, so I use it, like, all the time. But yeah, it's really good. So anyways, I'll quit yapping your guys' ear off, but I hope you have a good day. If you have questions on the sale, just let me know. I have it linked above and below. All you have to do is click on that. It'll take you right to the 2 for $99 options. And then if you do need to add anything else, you can just tab over to hair care or whatever. But yeah, I hope you guys have a really good day. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you girls tomorrow. Bye, guys.